time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hello everyone and welcome to your English class. I hope you all doing well and enjoying your day. In our lesson today, we will start with the writing lesson in the second unit, which is careers. The second unit, careers, and our lesson today is a writing lesson. So prepare a notebook, a sheet of paper and a pen, so you will get to write. And your student books on page 28 and 29. Page 28 and 29. Okay, so let's start with doing the homework, yesterday's homework. Yesterday's lesson was a reading lesson. And what have we read about? We read about a website called Job Pool, about 3 internships, 3 job offers. And the homework was think about an interesting or unusual job, something that you feel that it is interesting or something that is not very common. Then describe it, the person, what are the tasks that this person would do? If you were in that job, what would you do? The other one, list the skills and characteristics the person must have. So, a description, skills, refer to page 21, the first lesson, and the characteristics. So, let's go ahead. I have chosen the job, which is an interior designer, something we haven't discussed so far in our book. Who is an interior designer? A kind of an artist. Is he an architecture? No. He is an interior designer, makes indoor spaces functional, safe, and beautiful by determining space requirements and selecting essential and decorative items such as colors, lighting, and materials. So if you're going to make over your house or a room, you will ask for recommendation from an interior designer, an expert. He is an expert. What an interior designer would help you with? Maybe the lights, the colors, the furniture itself. These are the things that they will give you recommendations, and they will write and draw the maps for you, and they will tell you where to go. Let's speak about the skills. An interior designer must be good at communicating with people. An interior designer is supposed to deal with other people, with customers. So he should be able, or they should be able to deal with people, know how to communicate, express their own ideas with customers. They should be also interested in working with people. Someone who is outgoing and like to work with people, because you have to promote for yourself. You have to deal with other people. It's not a job that is you will sit between 4 walls. No, you are dealing with people. What are the characteristics? Characteristics usually are adjectives. They are usually adjectives. So how can you describe an interior designer? An interior designer is friendly. Why should an interior designer be friendly? You would deal with other people and help them. The other one, creative, and that is why an interior designer there. A creative person comes up with new ideas, okay? And flexible. Flexible with timing. You're going to work late at night and early in the morning. You have to go out from the place where you are in to see the locations, the rooms, and let's say the houses. So interior designer should be friendly. You're dealing with people. Creative, coming up with new ideas. And we have flexible, because you are working with people, different types of people. You have to know how to deal time and people. Okay, and I believe that you would be able to come out with ideas, with other occupations that are interesting for you and uncommon, things that are uncommon. Okay, in our lesson today, we are going to, by the end of the lesson, you will be able to take notes on a written text. A text that is written, then you will take notes. So from the big one into the small one, you will come up with the small words. Then you would be able to write a cover letter. They will give you information, and from that you will write your own cover letter. Just as you recognize how to write a job profile, a resume, this time you will write your own cover letter. What is a cover letter? You will get to know by the end of the lesson. Okay, so let's go and start. Which job offers? Well, I want you to remember the things that we have done in yesterday's lesson, because we're going to discuss it further and further. In yesterday's lesson, we discussed 3 internships, 3 job offers. They were a media intern. The other one, it was archaeological, related to history. And the third one, it is about engineering, environmental engineering. And we said the last 2 are so hard, but that one requires an outgoing and a friendly person. Let's go. I will give you a description and you will tell, is it the first, second, or third offer? So which one is a summer job, just for a short period of time? It was the media intern. It is paid, they will pay for you just for a summer job. Number 2, unpaid internship. They're not going to pay for you. It is 2 and 3, engineering and archaeological, the second and third. You are not going to be paid, but you will be offered accommodation where you can stay and the food. Okay? Next, you should have engineering degree. You should be a graduate from the School of Engineering. Which one is it? I believe it is number 3, because environmental engineering. You should be a graduate from the School of Engineering. Next, number 4, you have to be friendly. You are going to deal with people and will greet some people, so you have to be friendly and like to deal with people. 1, 2, or 3, it will be number 1, which is a media intern. Outgoing and friendly. Number 5, which one offers you training and you will work with expert people? It is the one that is about engineering, environmental engineering. You will gather, you will mix with engineers, experts, and you will take training. It is offered. Number 6, provides food for candidates. They will give you your own food. It will be offered. We mentioned it. It is 2 and 3, the engineering, environmental engineering, number 3, and number 2, which is the archaeological intern. Food is offered for candidates. Next, you should be able to cope with hot weather. The weather there is too hot. You have to be able to deal with that weather. Which one is it? It is the third one, and it was one of the requirements. It is a painstaking job. It was the engineering job. Involves hard work. Which one? It was 2 and 3. You have to cope with hot weather and high temperatures, and it is a hard work. You're going to dig in the second one. So you have to be careful and can deal with hard work. Okay? So these they are, just as a reminder of yesterday's lesson. Read the 3 job opportunities. Now you have an idea about yesterday's opportunities, the 3, which are media intern, archaeological intern, and we have the engineering intern. For about each one of these, you are supposed to write the qualities, qualifications, and experience. Not all of them were mentioned, by the way. You can say the qualities weren't mentioned. Anyone can apply for this job. So let's start with them one by one. So media intern, then archaeological intern, by the end the engineering interns. What are the qualities for the media intern? You're going to work for TV, for a TV channel. You are supposed to be, you find information quickly and be able to summarize it. Search for the information. They will ask you for a task. You will search and summarize the information. Next, you should be fluent in English. You are required to have a good level, proficiency level of English. And you should be friendly and outgoing. You're going to greet people, you will meet new people, so you have to be friendly, outgoing. You have to be able to have good communication skills. Okay? Next, what are the qualifications for a media intern? Was it mentioned in there? I believe it wasn't mentioned. No degree is required. If you are a high school graduate, a university graduate, whatever graduate you are, you can apply for this job. Next, does it require any previous experience? A research in public relations. Okay, so these they are. Next, archaeological intern. What are the qualities of archaeological interns? You are supposed to be careful because you are working in a very dangerous location. Archaeological, you never know when it is going to collapse. You should be careful and be able to dig slowly, not very hard because you don't want to break the ruins. And you should be interested in history because these are archaeological, ancient, very, very old. Okay? If you like history, you would be interested. Next, the qualifications are, they were not mentioned. There was nothing mentioned about qualifications. Whether you are a graduate, you have a course, no. Just graduate, just come and apply. What about your experience? Any previous experience? You are required. Nothing was mentioned. So, if you like history, interested in history, you are a careful person and you can dig, so come and apply for this one. This is an unpaid one, by the way. By the end, we have the engineering intern. What about the engineering intern? You are supposed to be qualities. Let's describe a person. The person should have the ability to read blueprints. What are the blueprints? They are the maps, the engineering maps. Let's say they will give you details about the bridge, about the house, or about, so they are in blue and drawn in white. You have to be able to read those. Second, tolerance to high temperature. Do you remember that they said that you have to be able to cope with high temperature, hot weather, because you're going to work outside. Not indoors, it is outdoors. So if you cannot deal with, you cannot cope with hot weather, so do not apply for that. What are the qualifications? A degree in civil engineering. You have to be a graduate from the School of Engineering. School of Engineering. Then, what are the experience? No, nothing was mentioned in here. You are not supposed to have any previous experience because they are, by the way, internships, which is you are asking for training. Okay? Let's continue in here. So, you read the job opportunities on page 26 and you filled this out. Which of these jobs, a media intern, archaeological intern, or engineering intern, you would be more interested in if you had the qualification? Supposedly that you have the qualifications. Which one are you going to apply for? You would say, I would like to apply for a media intern because I like to meet new people. Or you could say, I would apply for an archaeological intern. Why? Because I am so interested in history and I like to try new things. Or you would say, I would like to try an engineering intern because I like to try new things. I want to be part of building that community, my community. However, which job would you not apply for if you had the qualifications? I feel that this job is not for me. Let's say media intern. I wouldn't like to be a media intern or try a media intern because it is a hard job. It requires me to deal with people and I'm not so good with dealing with people. What about the other one? Here it is a painstaking, archaeological, painstaking. I have to work outdoors and I am not that person. And what about the engineering? I don't feel like I am an engineer person or an engineering person. I want to work on an office between four walls. It is my type of work. Okay? So it depends on you. You choose the job that you would like and the job that you wouldn't like to apply for. Okay. Next, if you remember in yesterday's lesson, we spoke about a resume. And we said it's a kind of a CV, but let us read. A resume is a formal document that a job applicant creates to show his or her qualifications for the position. It's usually accompanied by a cover letter in which the applicant expresses an interest in a specific job and draws attention to the most relevant specifics on the resume. So, you will put all your qualifications in there. And what did we say about it? The subtitles that we've got in here, your details, your education, qualifications, your experience, your awards, and your skills. And one important part, order is not important. You can start and mix them up and down, 1, 3, 2, 5, it is up to you. Okay? So you don't have to follow the same order. It depends on your choice. What we're going to do today, I will ask you a question. Are these enough? Do you think that these are enough? You need to do one step more, an introduction to your CV, which will make it enough. What is it? We call this a cover letter. We call it a cover letter. What is a cover letter? Do you have an idea? So it is a letter that will cover your resume. So let's read about it. What is a cover letter? A cover letter is a document you send with your CV. So with your resume. You're not sending your CV by itself. No, something to add to that CV. It's specifically written with the job you are applying for in mind, allowing you to highlight. So what is the reason here? Is to highlight certain areas you think would make you the right for the role. So what is it? It's a letter or a document in which you will express, they will read it before they would read your CV. And in this one, you are speaking to those who you are applying for. So it's not just like this is my CV. No, there is a letter to make it like much more personal. You will make things much more personal. So you will highlight, I am so good in this and I am so good in that field. What do you do in your cover letter? In your cover letter, you highlight two things are important. You will highlight why you are writing this letter, this cover letter. Where did you get the offer? Have you read about the offer in the newspaper or a friend told you? Who told you about this offer? And the second one is your audience. Who are you speaking to? Are you speaking to a boss, or you are speaking to your employer or to an agency? You have to know who the letter is going who's going to read this letter. Okay? What are the things that you will write in that cover letter? There are certain subtitles. What are they? A recipient details. He is the one who is your audience. You have to know who you are sending this letter to, the one who would receive your letter. The second one, an introduction. It's a good idea to start your letter with a catchy, a good introduction. So you will make yourself different than any other applicant. Why you? And this is the main purpose of your cover letter. Why you are writing it? To tell them, I am the one that you require. I'm not just like everyone else, I am different, distinctive. And a closing. You have to close it with your details, with your information, so they will get to know and contact you. So these they are. On page 29, we have an example cover letter. A cover letter that was written by someone. We will read it with the subtitles and we will discuss it together. So this person is sending the recipient details, Ahmed Al-Saleh, Human Resources Manager, 0A Company, 87 Riyadh Road, Jeddah, phone number and an email address. Is this the writer's details? No, it is the Human Resources Manager, the one who would receive that letter. It's not your name, it is the receiver's name. So much more personal thing. Okay? The other thing. So on the top left corner we will have this one. Then this is the introduction. Focus on the language in here. Introduction. Dear Mr. Al-Saleh, I am writing to apply for the public relations position advertised in the PR journal. As requested, I am enclosing a complete job application, my certification, my resume, and 3 references. What do we have? Why are you writing in here? Why I am writing for you? And I heard about this position. I am writing for you for this position which I heard about in this journal or in that newspaper. Then, as requested, as you asked me, I am enclosing. It means you can find with this letter, you will find a job application, the certificate, and we have resume and references. Who are the references? People you can contact, Mr. Al-Saleh can contact to ask about the applicant. Who's he? Is he a good applicant? And so on. It shows that you are much more confident about yourself. So this is the introduction. Next, the important part, which is why you. Can you check the length in here? It's longer because this is the core. This is the center. I believe that my experience, education, and training will make me a competitive candidate for this position. The key strengths that I possess for success in this position include why I am the one. You see the list here? I am a dedicated and enthusiastic professional. I welcome challenge and strive for continued excellence. I am an experienced and effective communicator. I have had 5 successful years in PR in large corporations. With bachelor degree in public relations and master's degree in intercultural communication, I have full understanding of the factors involved in the successful operation of a multinational organization such as yours. This is why me. Okay? Then we have the closing. It is the thank you for your time and consideration. I look forward to hear from you. From this one, you are supposed to fill out the other chart, which is the person who wrote the cover letters. What are the qualifications? He is motivational and initiative. He is flexible and he has communication skills. Also, he graduated from a bachelor degree in public relations. He has a master's degree in intercultural communication and he has an experience in 5 years in public relations in large corporations. Now, it is your job to write down what about you, what are your qualifications and let's say your skills. Supposedly that you would say, from the job pool, I would choose one. You have a communication skill, interpersonal skills, and teamwork skills. You graduated from, you have a degree in media, and you host a program in 2018. So which internship is better for you? It would be media. All of them would say a media intern. You would be a good media intern. Okay, you can change these and you would change the internship, by the way. Okay, for your homework, write down your own cover letter. It would be in your workbooks, page 18. Your own cover letter. Find an interesting job for you. Why I am writing this? Because I'm applying for that.